Good morning, everybody. So today class mostly for discussion. Actually, for the beginner, I think we had almost 48 classes. For the 48 classes, at the beginning, we study about Four Noble Truths. Please remember what are the Four Noble Truths. Then we study about the trailing interdependence, expand the most precisely about the Four Noble Truths. Then we started studying about the path to enlightenment, limb of the path to enlightenment. Then we start to study about the middle meditation stage by Kamala Shila. These four Dharma texts almost we covered all the Buddhist practices, include the Hinayana paths to achieve liberation. As a Buddhist, whatever we believe in, whatever we practice, everything we must believe in practice, do practice with the knowing how to practice, why I have to practice. That means simply all our belief, like next life, previous life, liberation, Buddhahood, karma, law of cause and effect, whatever we believe, we must believe based on having proper understanding and proper knowledge. Therefore, at the beginning, we studied Four Noble Truths. The Four Noble Truths, you can see, any kinds of Buddhist texts. So when we think about the Four Noble Truths, the first two truths, we no need to imagine. We no need to look to other. The four truths we already have within us for this life and previous life. If we don't do the proper Dharma practice, then the first two truths will be with us in the future. In our daily life, every human being feel upset, feel unhappiness. We have the two truths. The suffering, the origin of suffering is always with us. So far, the first two truths is always with us, in our mind. Then we should not have a hope to be happy all the time. We should not put in hope. I wish I can always be healthy. There's no way. So far we have this body. Then this body needs like a lot of drink, food, clothes, needs so many things. Most of the thing we consume is actually cause to produce a lot of sickness. Also, due to having this physical body, then after we born, then since we born, day by day, we are getting older. We are aging every moment. When we realize, oh, now I am 50 years old, 60 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, 90 years old, then you feel very upset. I'm not anymore like a youngster, youthful. Because at the beginning, we didn't try to realize, since we were born, every moment we are aging, changing. Right? Then, due to having this body, at the end, the body cannot function anymore. We can see the lungs become very weak. The heart cannot pump very well. The kidney cannot segregate the water and blood. The liver cannot purify the intoxin thing. Then one day, our body totally going to stop to support us. Then one day the death comes. When we think our own death, so difficult to accept it. When we see other people passing away, dying, we feel upset, but we don't feel upset that much when we think about our own death. Therefore, in order to practice the first two truths, the truth of suffering, the origin of suffering, we no need to do any visualization. We no need to, look around us. We look within, look inside. So why I have a suffering? What are the origin of suffering? How I can control suffering? How I can be free from suffering? Then, free from the cause of the suffering, then we can be free from suffering. The second, the cessation and the path to cessation, the path to achieve cessation. Also, we have a very similar cessation, path to cessation, similar. For example, last night, let's say, we have a lot of argument with our families, friends, fighting, argument. Then we feel so upset, feel very unhappy. Then suddenly you remember applying Dharma. Immediately you remember, meditation. After you apply the Dharma, after you meditate, you feel very calm and peaceful. Means the practicing compassion, kindness, tolerance are actually we have. Then we don't have, the ultimate cessation, but we have very similar. Every moment we can feel, types of cessation. For example, you have a strong headache for a few days. Then you took a, kind of painkiller. You take the, headache medicine. After a few hours, you feel, it has gone. Then you feel so, peace, happy, relaxed. That means every moment we have a kind of experience of cessation, but we cannot cease the ignorance and all the afflictions. So in order to cease the ignorance and the effect or the result of all the ignorance, then we need to study more closely what are the origin, how to cease the origin of suffering. And then when we study about the Rice Sealing Sutra to expand the knowledge about the Four Noble Truths, then you can see the name of the books, the Rice Sealing Sutra. So all the villager people knew how to cultivate rice, how to, collect the rice. They are very master how to plant the rice, how to grow rice, how to collect the rice. So this is the analogy, example how things arising and decay. Based on this knowledge, then we need to apply the same knowledge. Ignorance is like a seeds. Then attachment, anger, hatred, ego, all the affliction look like water, soil. When the rice grow up, germinate quite big, then you can see it has a different kind of like a result. So due to ignorance, afflictions, then we have so many kinds of sufferings. The physical suffering, mental suffering, suffering from the environment. The physical suffering, the environment suffering actually caused by the inner 3,000 minds, right? Then when we study about the lamp of the path through enlightenment, also think about the name, the title of the book, Lamp, Path to Enlightenment. So in order to, follow the path, in order to walk on the path, in order to follow the path, generally we need like a light, the sunlight, or maybe like torch. We need something to illuminate the path. When we have a light, then we can walk very well. If we walk, having any problem, we can follow the path without any problem. Also, it is a lamp of the path to enlightenment. So when you follow the right path with the light, definitely anybody can reach to the your destination. There's a path, but there's no light on the path. You don't have any torch or light. You can walk a few steps, then you fall down, fall over, then you're going to give up to reach to your final destination. Same way, so in order to follow the path, in order to practice the actual path to achieve enlightenment, we need like a knowledge, like a light. Therefore, almost more than 48 classes, we all together try to study, try to understand how to follow the path to achieve liberation. That means studying Dharma is like light, the lamp. Right? Then when we practice the path, then we need to do meditation. Until, today, many Buddhist people all over the world, particularly like Tibet, China, like Thailand, Burma, all the Buddhist countries who are Buddhist, they thought, I'm Buddhist. Practicing Buddhism means I woke up early morning, do 3 times prostration to the Buddha. They recite some sutra and chanting. They offer light and incense. That we thought this is the actual Dharma practice. If this is the actual Dharma practice, then Buddha no need to talk. All the teaching, Suttarayana, Tantrayana, Hinayana, 6 perfection, like no need, very simple. Woke up early morning, after you woke up, do 3 times prostration, lead a light, offer incense and fruit, chant some sutra, finish. It's a very simple. So it is not the truth. What Buddha said, I show you the path. The path, it depends on you. That means Buddha, he gives a strong kind of big responsibility for us. What Buddha said, based on my experience, based on my own studying, I achieved the Buddhahood. I am fully enlightened. So, therefore, first time, in the Varanasi, he said, I will teach you. I will explain you. Or you're going to achieve the liberation or not. It depends on you, not depend on me. That means today also we can imagine we are disciple of the Buddha Shakyamuni. He said, oh, I will teach you. Achieving liberation, achieving ultimate happiness is up to you, not up to me. Right? Like a doctor say, okay, this is a medicine. You need to take for 3 months. At the same time, you need to avoid, like, this drink, that food. But the patient, take the medicine every day for six months. At the same time, they never avoid what he or she is supposed to, avoid. Then after 6 months, they think, oh, I don't think the doctor is a very good doctor. I don't think the medicine is the right medicine for my illness because I have taken the medicine for 6 months. My sickness cannot cure yet, haven't cured yet. But the people, the patient forgotten. They never stop. The bad food, bad drink, bad habit. Yes, daily we do, recitation, chanting, prostration, making offering, do short meditation, but we totally forgotten. We need to avoid all the negative thoughts. Avoid and slowly, confound, and slowly cancel, and slowly eliminate. So we are doing only one side, only recitation, chanting, don't do much meditation. Therefore, the middle meditation sittage teach us what does mean meditation, how to do meditation, what are the obstacles when we do meditation. Right? That means for our class, we cover almost all the practices, how to practice Four Noble Truths, how to meditate on the truly interdependence, how to generate great compassion, how to generate altruism, how to cultivate bodhicitta, how to practice, then how to take vows, then how to take bodhisattva vows, then how to practice 6 perfections, then with the meditation. Right? As a beginner, so that means since end of since this year, now you have a responsibility whether you going to achieve liberation or not, whether you want to be more happy person or not, whether you want to control your negative thoughts or not, is up to you. You're not up to Buddha Shakyamuni, not up to Lama Atisha, not up to Kamala Shila. It's up to you, right? Up to you. And also, some of you thinking, so why I need to practice Dharma? Remember my answer was, I want to be happy person. I want my family, happy. I want all my friends happy friends, happy family. happy neighbors, happy sentient beings. I wish all sentient beings happy. Therefore, I want to practice Dharma. That means the Buddha teaching is not only for Buddhism, it's for every human being. Also, Buddha teaching is not for uncle and auntie. It's also for youngster. Because everybody possesses the negative thoughts. We say negative. Nobody wants negative. Everybody wants, one positive. I need to practice Dharma. I need to study Dharma because I don't want any negative thoughts. I don't want any negativities. I want only positivities. Therefore, we need to practice Dharma. Right? Okay, so today's class is mainly for discussion. So please, everybody feel free. If you have a doubt, you can, we can discuss. If you think Dharma is useless, please feel free. You can speak out. We can discuss. Or some of you think, oh, Dharma is look like it's nice. It look good, but it's not for me. Also, you can say it's not for me. Also, you can say. Also, we can discuss about this. Okay, let's start our discussion. So whoever asks question, you can on your video, then I can see your face, then I can, next time when I go around, I can recognize you. Hello, everybody. Let's start our conversation.
Morning, Geshe-la.
Yeah, Kristele. Yes.
My question to Geshe-la is, I find it very difficult to practice compassion, especially for people that have negative, like they gossip, they talk about others. So I try to withdraw from them. So like that is practicing impartial. So I need Geshe-la advice. Thank you.
Practicing compassion is not easy, at all for anybody. Because everybody has two characters, good characters and bad characters. When people see you from the bad character side, from the negative side, people will criticize you. People, make a negative comment on you. When you notice this person is, making rumor about you, criticizing you, talking, spraying the negative thing about you, also, we should not get angry and upset this person, because this person can see only your negativities. Therefore, he or she is telling about the bad characters, our negative characters. He can see only from the negative perspective. He or she cannot see the positive side. After a few days, after a few months, same person make a praise about you, spread good things about you. That time the person is seeing your positive side, positive aspect, right? Positive kind of habits. Or that time we should not feel so happy about ourselves, should not feel proud about yourself. You might think, yes, since this month, since last year, that person realized my positive side, but he haven't forgotten I have a negative side. So you should not feel upset and unhappy. You must think, yes, I have both aspects. I have both faces. Sometimes person is a negative face, sometimes positive face. You should not think I'm totally pure person. You should not think I'm always, be honest. Therefore, everybody has a true aspect. And as a beginner, let's say, since today, so everybody going to practice great compassion in order to cultivate bodhicitta. Great compassion is the first. As a beginner, you must practice compassion within your within your imaginary level. But you say, oh, there's one person has a lot of sufferings. Then you generate love and compassion. Also, you practice, giving and taking. Also, you can imagine the person is hungry. You are giving food and clothes. Until you have a stable compassion, until you have a stable mind. But many of us kind of very sensitive being. Sensitive, I'm not saying it's very negative thing. Sensitive, very easy to change. Right? Our mind change very easily. Therefore, first we need to learn how to have a stable mind. When we have our mind become very stable, then people praise about you, if you don't feel so happy. People criticize about you, you won't feel upset. Your mind is very stable. Right? For example, the mother cares the children, but the children criticize to the mother. Mother say, hey, you just laugh for the children. And the child, oh, mother, you are so nice. You say, hey, you just, remain calm, peaceful, and you must try to learn how to stable your mind. Therefore, at the beginning, you practice love and compassion based on the imaginary, level. And most of people, when we practice compassion in the practical level. Then you walk few steps. Somebody going to crush you. Somebody step on you. Then you thought, oh, practicing compassion, no good, because your mind is not stable. It's not for only you, it's for everybody. Right? And also, generally people, spread, mostly they spread the bad news about you. They spread about your bad things. They never spread, about your good things. Right? For example, recently there's a, kind of big accident in Singapore. The kind of, you saw the news, right? The mother has a daughter. The mother and married with, I think husband passed away or divorced. She married with another man. And the mother, the father really have a, bad behavior with the daughter. So you can see the news spread very fast. Very fast. And particularly this day, there's a WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, internet. Within 1 minute, all the bad, habit things spread very fast. But people don't spread, the good things. Somehow this is our human habits. Also, you can think, yeah, let them spread, like bad thing about me. This is her or him habits. Just have try to calm your mind. You must think, somehow I'm not going to give up practicing great compassion because I want to be Buddha. Achieving Buddhahood is depend on practicing bodhicitta with the wisdom. Without great compassion, no bodhicitta. Without bodhicitta, no Buddhahood. Okay, this answer for you. Okay, next question, please.
Good morning, Geshe-la.
Good morning.
I want to ask if recently I went to a store to buy chickpeas, 500 grams of chickpeas.
Chickpeas, yeah.
Yeah, I bought from a store 500 grams of chickpeas. And then when I want to make do a special recipe, I intentionally, not intentionally, I go and weigh because I need to follow the recipe. Then I found that the store the store short of giving me 20 gram. So I weigh again. It's 20 gram exactly. It's not like 0 point something or 5 gram less. So I feel that the store, the person who sell it, like intentionally want to cheat every customer 20 gram each packets. So in this case, if should I tell someone I know that you shouldn't patronize this shop because he is not honest. So if I spread this dishonesty to other people, am I cultivating bad karmas? Because I think that if I didn't tell people, then that means this storekeeper will be doing his bad deeds. The longer he likes, as long as he likes, he can gain his profit by giving people, short of maybe 20, 50 grams like that, because not everybody will weigh the dry ingredients. Thank you.
I think you are very similar, like exactly me. I'm very much like that. So one day I saw new kind of, I saw, another Indian restaurant on the Saragon Road. I thought, oh, I never been this restaurant. I just go check. I checked the menu. They said the idli, $1.50. One plate idli, $1.50. I thought, oh, it's quite cheap. So I know all the Indian restaurant. Then I ordered idli. I finished my idli. When I pay, they asked me to pay $3. $3. I said, why? Because you mentioned in the menu, you said, idli one plate, $1.50. You are charging me $3. Then she said, oh, then I just paid $3. I came back to TBC. And I thought, it's not the right. In the menu say, one plate idli, $1.50. She charged me $3. That means she charged me double. Then I went back to the shop. I said, in the menu is mentioned idli, one plate, $1.50. You charge me $3. How come? She said, oh, there's a 2 pieces of idli, 2 pieces. I said, usually when we say one plate idli means there's always 2 pieces. You must return me $1.50. If you're not going to return $1.50, I want to tell your boss. I will spread the news in the WhatsApp. Finally, she returned me $1.50. If you really know the person is really cheating, first, before you spread the news for your other, friends, you directly confront the person. Because I bought like 500, I knew you showed it like 200 grams. First, you really need to check. Is really short, 200 gram? Yes. Or maybe when the shopkeeper, when they wedge, maybe he mistakenly, just do with the mistake. First, we need to check thoroughly. Then you notice, oh, you buy one time. Next, you go back again, you buy again. If the person doing the same thing, then we must speak to the owner, who the in charge, with the proof. Then, since he will change, his attitudes. So, when we speak to the owner, we must speak with a sense of, compassion, no sense of with a angry because he had been cheating for many people. Other people, lost kind of benefits. Other people cannot get exactly the amount. It's, no good. Particularly, this person is cheating for many, many people for many, many years with a bad intention, accumulating negative karma. He will suffer for, this life, maybe in the future. So you must speak to the person with a sense of compassion, a sense of angry. So here you must, it happened for us. We must speak. But you really need to check the environment. Like it's happened for you to India, also you need to check the environment. Make sure the people around you will support you. If you notice, if I speak to the owner, this person, nobody will support me, you better don't speak. You will have a big trouble. So first, speak truthfully with a compassion to the owner. If the owner is not, listening, not accepting the, the faults or problem, then you spread for others. It can benefit for many people. Also will benefit this person. You must speak. You are not accumulating any negative karma. You are, truthful person. Speak truthfully. Then you follow the dharma. Be honest. Let them be honest. So most important, please, next time when you go like maybe other country like Malaysia, Thailand, India, Indonesia, or that time you really have to be very careful. Instead of giving perfect, you will have a lot of problems. Sometimes what Buddha said, no answer is the best answer. Sometimes Buddha say, be silent is sometimes good. Okay, so for you, this is my answer for you. Makes sense?
Thank you, Kashila.
Okay. Next discussion. Next question.
Christine, you can go ahead.
Yes, Gisela, I'm Christine from Malaysia. For the dead people, for the Chinese culture, we have cremation and burial. Can Gisela advise that is this way of burial or cremation better? Is one better than the other, or has it got any effect on future rebirth of the deceased? Thank you.
Generally, the funeral, after people pass away, then the funeral ritual is you can see always linked with the ancient culture, ancient culture. Like a Christian and Muslim, they do the burial. They bury the body underground. The Hindu, almost 99, like a Hindu people, they do the cremation. In Tibet, they some place they do the cremation. Sometimes they fit the body for the vultures. So when you study, closely about this kind of culture, it always linked with the ancient culture. When you go to part of like northern, eastern part of India, there's a very, kind of interesting culture. Someone pass away, then the family keep the head, the skull in the house. They can count how many, people belongs to this family. Sometimes we better to follow the culture, even though you knew it is not the right, you cannot accept. Still, you better to follow culture. right? Like in Singapore, or Malaysia, after people pass away, they do all the cleaning things, then put the proper makeup, proper clothes, and put the few days, and people come and pay respect. One way is look good, all the friends and family come and see the body, they pay respect. This day is really just kind of symbol, pay respect. Just come, offer the joystick, like three times. They sit corner, drink coffee, like little party. I'm not criticizing the culture. Okay, it depends on the culture. The culture always linked with the ancient tradition. Also, when you study very closely, there's a certain reason. There's nothing say, oh, this is the good, this is bad. It's just culture. If you don't do any funeral ritual, someone pass away, hospital, just go bring directly to the cremation. Is also okay because the person is fully passed away. It's just now the body is just piece of flesh and bones. You bury it, you cremate it, you offer to the vulture. It's same thing. It doesn't have any kind of affect the people who will pass away. For so far, my understanding, I don't think there are any kind of bad effect the people who pass away. But most importantly, we should not focus on much about the ritual. We follow the culture, simply finish. But maybe every day you do, recitation, chanting, and dedicate the people who pass away. Not just 49 days. You can, do this kind of chanting for 1 year, or 2 years, or 3 years, or 4 years. Then this is the best way to benefit for the people. Or do the cremation, bury, it doesn't make any difference for the people who pass away.
Thank you, Kela.
Yeah, also I said that sometimes we just celebrate the culture, but it's just no meaning. Like in Singapore, we celebrate the autumn, right? Making cake, yes, moon cake. Actually, in Singapore or Malaysia, maybe part of Malaysia, yes, Singapore, we don't have a kind of the autumn seasons. So also most of Singapore, we don't have actually the farmers. But still we follow the culture, do certain celebration. It's just culture. It doesn't have a really meaning. So when you go to like China, the ancient time, like autumn, all the farmer collects all the kind of grains and crops and meat and everything collect together that they feel so happy. Then they celebrate the autumn cake, make very special food in what the friends, family celebrate. And also New Year, right? 1 year pass, another New Year come, all the farmer is very excited. For us, we don't have any exciting. We do New Year celebration. They're very excited. They know because all the collection of the food or grains or flour or meat and butter, everything is finished. New Year comes, very excited to do the new cultivation. Right? Then spring, they do in a spring celebration. So now this is a very important occasion for the farmer, starting the farming things. Yes, we still follow culture. Sometimes there's no any kind of important meaning for us. Yes, for example, last one of our Dharma friends, she passed away in hospital. Then I asked the family, oh, you do the direct, you bring the body directly cremation. Because I have a reason. If the body bring to the home, the mother cannot really stand with, feel so upset and unhappy. Just directly do cremation from hospital to there, then the mother cannot see the body for a few days. Easy to control the emotion. Then the mother was saying, I'm very happy, I will be very happy to do the direct evaluation, but I feel in a bit quite choral, no kind of ceremony. I can understand. Okay, next question. It makes sense? The answer is makes sense? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Yeah, Yuan, you can post your question.
Morning, Geshe-la. My question would be how to remain stable. Okay, personally, I have a lot of physical pains. And sometimes when the pain is quite bad, it affects me mentally. So that my concentration at work and throughout the day sometimes can be quite bad. And sort of affects the work. So what would be the best, a good way to counter that at the mental and emotional level? I do certain exercise every other morning when I have time to make sure that you know, it keeps my energy level high so that I don't feel weak throughout the rest of the day. So along with that, I also try to do short, simple meditation in between sessions. But sometimes when the pain hits, it becomes very, very unbearable. But I accept the fact that this is what it is. Is there something else that I can do? Thank you.
I think generally, average people, you know, recall again and again the problem. For example, you know, we have just one time fighting with your friend, just only one time, maybe 10 minutes, we have argument. The argument was only for 10 minutes. Since we always recall, oh, the neighbor is very bad. He or she said this and this is this and that. So we always recall the bad thing about the argument. Then slowly we really accumulate very sense of hatred through the recalling again and again, again and again. Then the sense of hatred becomes so strong. Then slowly you thought how do respond very bad way. Then maybe you have another fighting that you damage their property or like a slash for the children. Everything starts with the very small. Actually, the cause is very simple argument for 10 minutes. But we recall again and again, accumulate hatred becomes so strong. Same thing, same way. Yes, everybody has a certain physical problem. The physical challenge always there. Heart problem, liver problem, kidney problem, knee problem. I can say almost over 50 years, almost 80% people has a knee problem. I can say when you walk, when you climb up. If you really recall, oh, I have this problem, then you really try to put a lot of treatment. And the pain's not going away, then you feel so stressful. So when we must remember, yeah, I have this problem. I will take this medicine. I do this exercise. I eat this food. I do this meditation. Should not remember, should not recall again I have this problem. Then whether you remember or not, sometimes you can see that the physical problem becomes so, like obvious. You cannot bear the problem. That moment, you really need to apply the immediate kind of application. Maybe you eat the like painkiller, you do sudden massage to reduce the physical pain. But the physical problem, should not cause, we try should not to cause the emotional problems. If the physical problems or challenges, to cause arise emotional problem, then we have a double problem. Physical problem, emotional problem. Then the emotional problem become more powerful, more stronger. Then now we thought, what should I do? Then people really, lost the hope. Therefore, physical problem we must realize. We do the proper, we do the proper medication, proper treatment. Should not remember again and again. Every moment should not remember. Sometimes if you don't remember the problem, the problem going to disappear. If you remember again and again, the problem look like become more serious. Then it causes to arise emotional problem. You have two problems, emotional and physical problem. If you compare these two problems, emotional suffering, the physical suffering, the emotional suffering is more obvious, more serious, more dangerous than the physical. First, you remember these two. Right? Then the meditation is mainly for controlling your mind. Sometimes we do meditation to diverse or in our thoughts. It's no good. The meditation we must apply to control, to directly confront the emotional or mental problems. We should not, diverse our thoughts. Many people do all the practice only to diverse the thoughts. It's no good. No good. Right? Then generally, everybody must realize, I have a body. The body is made of flesh, bones, blood, nerves. Since we were born, we have actually very unhealthy kinds of body we possessed. Right? We stopped drinking for drink for one day. No, the physical has a suffering. We stop eating for 2 days. Now you can see the body is very fragile. So you must think this is common. This is the nature of this body. I should not be upset. I have possessed this body since I was born. But the suffering become more strong or less is many condition. Please should not try to cause emotional problems. When you have emotional problem, not easy to cure. The physical problem you can cure quite easily, you can control quite easily. Emotional, not easy at all. Therefore, as a stable mind, stabilize the mind. If you have physical suffering, you meditate on impermanence, suffering of change, realize the truth nature of the body, just calm your mind. The more your mind become calm, it can be reduce your physical pain. Yeah, so this I can say for you. Okay, next question, please. Any question? Today we have 54 people. Any question? Any suggestion?
Yeah, Jane, go ahead.
Geshe-la, you say when someone pass away, it can straight away go to cremate. But I heard from I learned from some teachers that when someone pass away, it needs take at least 8 hours for the inner special soul to move away from the physical body, or some even need three days. So if let's say immediate cremate, will it hurt the soul that haven't come out from the body? Thank you.
Yes, many masters say, okay, keep for 4 days, keep for 3 days, keep for 8 hours. How we know the consciousness, the person is still there for 8 hours? How we know the person must leave the body after 8 hours? There's no any evidence. Based on Buddha teaching, based on kind of scientific evidence, nobody can say, oh, you must keep the body for 8 hours. After 8 hours, definitely the person left the body. We always must remember, many people say, oh, the consciousness left, the soul left. We must say the person left. Person left. There's no such as, duration. The consciousness, the person, the soul must, remain with the body for 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. It doesn't have any, authentic kind of proof or evidence. In Tibetan culture, mostly we keep the dead body in home 4 days, because in Tibet, in the past, everybody passed away in home. We didn't have a hospital. We didn't have a nursing home. That means they have a such as opportunity to keep the body for 4 days. It doesn't mean the person is still there for 4 days with the body. It doesn't mean the person cannot stay more than 4 days in the body. There's no such as authentic evidence. Authentic, people can prove. But when you say it's hurt the person, right? When the brain is totally stopped, the brain function is totally stopped. That means the person doesn't have a physical feeling, no physical sense. Normally, when the brain is active, we can feel, we can sense the physical sensation. Therefore, when the brain is still functioning, somebody cut your hands and legs, the person can feel because the brain is still active. If the brain is totally stopped, the heart breathing is totally stopped, then the person cannot have any kinds of feeling, the gross feeling. Then, you do the cremation, barrier, whatever, the person doesn't have a sense of suffering. So this again, very, tradition, that the Tibet, in my region, usually we keep for 4 days. Or the person in passes hospital, it is no way we can keep the body, we straight away bring to the cremation. But we check, we do check. We check the heat in the like a body, any parts of body there's no heat. We check heart is still breathing or not. But we could not check the brain is still active or not. We check the heart. If the heart is totally stopped, we do the cremation. So there's no such as say 8 days, 6 days, 7 days, 3 days, 4 days, 1 day, 6. Somebody just within few minutes leave the body, go to next slide. Within a few minutes, the consciousness, the soul can leave this body. Then the body becomes a piece of flesh and bones. Somebody, leave the body, within the body, maybe a few hours. Few hours. So this is we believe if there's no any hits any part of the body, if there's no any, like movement in the heart, then we believe the person is fully passed away. Yeah, there's no such as, if we can say, any master can say you must keep 8 hours, 6 hours, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. There's no any such as nobody can prove. Oh, make sure I'm not, again, I make sure I'm not saying whoever passed away in hospital, I'm not saying directly bring to the cremation. It's up to you. You can bring home, keep for a few days, do the cremation. You can bring there. It's totally up to, you and your culture and your, your families. For me, I always feel after I died, my body is just a piece of bone and flesh. You can throw on the street, you can throw in the water, you can burn in the fire, you can feed to the dog. I personally, I never feel, uncomfortable. After we pass, our body is a piece of flesh, right? You can keep, you can throw, you can feed. I really appreciate what I feel like that. Okay, makes sense? Jinten?
Yes, thank you, Keshila. I understand. Thank you so much.
Okay, next question.
The next question comes from Willie.
Yeah. Willie?
Hello, Keshila.
Yes.
Over the last 11 months, I've learned a lot, and I try to practice Dharma in my life. But my question is, I have not found a guru, and I have not taken my vow. So how should I continue?
Actually, it is advice for everybody. Everybody. We have more than 53 people here. We should not be rushed to find a guru. We should not be rushed to find a guru. There's a dangers. Or there's a Rinpoche or Geshe Lama who will come to Singapore to give a teaching. You just attend the teaching, listen the teaching, what he is talking about. After you listen the teaching, you think, oh, this part of teaching is very benefit for me. It can be important for me. You will take with you. Or this teaching doesn't make sense. I mean, just live in the hall. You no need to bring with you. Still, you can attend the teaching. You listen the Dharma. Make sure whatever benefit you bring with you, which part of not important, not useful, leave it in the hall. You no need to be, oh, this master said, this said, this master said, no need to spread the things. And also, many people believe, oh, this is a Rinpoche. This is the, the 5th reincarnation, 7th reincarnation, 10th reincarnation, 20th reincarnation. People feel amazing. Amazing. Wow. Like I met a Rinpoche who are like 20th, 20th reincarnation. You feel so lucky to meet the person. From the Buddhist point of view, from the Dharma point of view, from the philosophical point of view, it's not that important. Because remember, in the Lamrim, they talk about the qualities of the teacher. In the quality, they never mention, how many reincarnations he or she has. Never mentioned. Turn their mind into 3 mind training. Have a great compassion, honest, with the patience. This is the quality. So everybody should not very rush to meet, find, rely on our guru. Still, you can do study. Oh, this person, for example, I teach here for almost 48 classes. You also think, oh, this Geshe talk about many months. Is he a good person or bad person? You analyze. So far, you don't have any guru, please don't worry. You can always believe Buddha Shakyamuni is my guru. I follow his teaching. I follow all the commentary on his teaching. For example, you have a Lamrim in English, in Mandarin. You have so many masters, you can see so many masters who can explain the meaning of Lamrim, meaning of Four Noble Truths. So you just accept, believe, as a Buddhist, everybody follow Buddha Shakyamuni. Buddha Shakyamuni is our teacher. That all the other teachers representative of the Buddha Shakyamuni. For you, you can think, yeah, Buddha Shakyamuni is my guru. I tell you one story, kind of one thing happened. One time, His Holiness Dalai Lama, he visited Ladakh, Leh, L-H-E, Leh. Then he visited another part of Ladakh for giving teaching. So when he reached to the teaching place, he didn't see any Buddha Shakyamuni's painting. No painting, no picture, no statue. They set up another lamas or paintings. His Holiness get very angry. He said, how come you set up many painting or thanga, but there's no Buddha Shakyamuni's thanga? I came here, give a teaching of Buddha. All the master who follow Buddhism, everybody follow Buddha Shakyamuni. Wherever there's a temple, there's a teaching, we must have the Buddha's, symbol of the Buddha Shakyamuni. Then also, so when you visit temple, you can see all many kinds of Buddha statues. Sometimes you cannot see any statue of Buddha Shakyamuni. His Holiness said, we must have the Buddha Shakyamuni, like a symbol of Buddha Shakyamuni. Therefore, perfectly, okay, you can follow Buddha Shakyamuni teaching. Always believe Buddha Shakyamuni is my teacher. No, should not be rushed to find a guru. If your practice, going well, your practice is a very pure practice, then one day, definitely you can meet qualified guru. So should not be hurry, don't worry, follow the Dharma, do the proper practice. Yes?
Can I ask one more follow-on question?
Can.
So if I don't have a guru, I don't take my vow. Is there a difference between practicing Dharma with or without vow?
Okay. Vows, there's so many levels. As a Buddhist, if you're able to take you can say refuge vows. Mean you must have a commitment. Since today, I will take refuge to the Buddha as my teacher. Dharma is my actual path. Sanghas are my strategic partner, my practice component. Then you take up, vows, taking refuge. This is one kind of vows. Second, as a layperson, also still you can take the layperson vows. Layperson vows, right? Should not killing any human being. Killing, not talking about the killing insect. I'm not going to kill any human being. Of course, so far, none of us kill human being. But sometimes, due to your mistake, you become pregnant, then you did the abortion, then actually you kill a human. But you didn't know it's actually a human. You did this mistakenly. That is not that big kind of negative karmas, but we kill somehow. Generally, I think any of us kill human being. Therefore, I'm not going to kill any human being. I'm not going to steal any valuable object. Then the object has a value. I should not have any sexual misconduct. Then, yes, this day you can see, some layperson pretend, oh, I have this kind of super, power. I see Buddha. If you not going to say this, then you can take a layperson vows. Plus, you need to stop, taking any kinds of alcohol, right? Then the sexual misconduct is this day is a bit difficult. Because in the ancient time, most of, I think, men and female didn't have a, like sexual kind of relationship before marriage. It's a kind of very rare in the past. This day, there's so many like people have physical relationship without marriage. They say we are living relationship, right? It's still perfectly okay. You can have a living relationship, but make sure you choose one person. Just go with the one person, not 2, 3, 4, 5%. Generally, it's not good for your health. So if you this kind of person, you just say, since today, I will have one, kind of person can have the physical relationship. Then you can take a layperson vows. You no need to take a, like a full ordained vows. As a Buddhist, we must take the, refuge vows. Then layperson vows. Yes. This is for you, my answer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question.
Hello,
Yes.
Sheila, it's me, Christine again.
Yes.
I have one question on meditation.
Mm-hmm.
There are two types of meditation, right? Single pointed and analytical. So can Geshe-la advise us how should we go about doing this, the sequence on these two types of meditation? Thank you.
Thank you so much for asking this question. Generally, many people, have been hearing about meditation. The many people thought meditation mean, the single pointed meditation, mindfulness, the single pointed meditation, concentration. But actually, according to Buddhist tradition, we have two types of meditation. Before we, explained meditation, first we need to know the definition of the meditation. That meditation is English word. The Sanskrit they call dhan, like dhan. Then samadhi. The dhan or samadhi mean familiarization, need to familiars. For example, now second we think about meditation on impermanence. The single pointed meditation on impermanence. Before we fully concentrate on the impermanence, first we need to know the meaning of impermanence. Therefore, the sequence, analytical meditation must be first. The second, the single meditation must be second. For example, before you feel the tasty of the food, before you really enjoying the taste of the food, you need to cook, you need to wash, you need a lot of preparation. And the analytical meditation is look like preparation. Then the single pointed meditation is, experience the tasty of the food. Without having all the preparation, we cannot have the taste of the food, right? Therefore, the sequence first, analytical meditation, analyze. For example, if you look at the cup, then analyze the cup is permanent or impermanent. Analyze about the cup. After you analyze for quite a long time, then slowly you will see in your mind, not through your eyes, naked eyes. Naked eyes becomes the gross impermanent. Of naked eyes cannot see the subtle impermanence. Through analyzing, investigation, then we can understand the subtle impermanence. Once you really understood the subtle impermanence, then your mind just focus, keep hold the meaning of subtle impermanence continuously. Yeah, therefore sequence, first analytical meditation, the second the single pointed meditation. But when we analyze about any phenomena, when we do the analytical meditation, we need certain degree of mindfulness. Mean you are analyzing about the cup. You are thinking about the cup is impermanent or permanent. Because it is permanent, then something is known as impermanent. That time still you need certain degree of single pointed meditation. You need fully focus on the cup, analyze about the cup. You should not analyze about the pillar and books. If you don't have a certain degree of a single types of single pointed meditation, you analyze cup, you analyze book, you analyze everything. At the end, you cannot achieve anything. Therefore, remember the three mind training: Shila, then Samadhi, then wisdom. Samadhi means you need very concentrative mind. If your mind is very focused, very concentrative, then you can focus, you can have a better analysis. Through better analytical meditation, then you will realize that you can see the actual reality of the phenomena. Therefore, first Shila, second Samadhi, the wisdom. Got clear?
But Geshe-la, I thought that we should start off with the single pointed meditation where we focus like on the image, like Buddha Shakyamuni. When our mind is stable, then we move on to the analytical. Is that correct, Geshe-la?
Oh, there's a certain degree of single pointed meditation. So we use the Buddha Shakyamuni painting in order to visualize Buddha. Therefore, as a Buddhist, wherever you go, you cannot carry the picture and painting photo Buddha. Therefore, we need to learn how to remember the Buddha without picture, without painting, without statue. Therefore, at the beginning, we use the Buddha picture to how to visualize Buddha. Right? Therefore, we start from the top, Unisha. Look at Unisha, then slowly the head, the forehead, and the face. Finally, we scan all parts of Buddha body in our mind. Then we have a clear picture of Buddha. So it doesn't mean before you do the analytical meditation, you should, I'm not going to say you should do the single pointed meditation. But when you look at the sequence of shamatha and vipassana, right? Shamatha, vipassana, first shamatha, samadhi, the proper samadhi, single pointed meditation. Then you can achieve shamatha. This is very high level of wisdom. Maybe in order to realize emptiness completely, then you need single pointed meditation. But before we do meditation on impermanence or emptiness, also we need to analyze. Therefore, analytical meditation is like foundation. In order to do the analytical meditation, your mind, you must have a certain degree of stable mind. Then you can do better analytical meditation. Yeah. But clear?
Yes, thank you, Geshe-la.
Welcome. So now we have 10 minutes.
Hi, Geshe-la. I have one question. My name is Jo. I have never taken any studies on Buddhism before, but I feel that I have more affinity towards Buddhism since young. And I believe in karma, reincarnation, and the act of compassion. and I felt a sense of peace whenever I visit Buddhism temple. But 2 years ago, some incident happened. I went on a holiday and visit a place of worship. And when I attend the place, suddenly I just sobbed uncontrollably. I mean, the immense sense of sadness overwhelmed me, like somebody dear to me had died. So it didn't make sense to me because I feel I am more of a Buddhism believer and follower. I had tried to seek the knowledge of other teaching, but it didn't really sit well with my own belief because for many years, my own personal belief is that all main religions have the same message, that is to be a good person, not to hurt any living things, and also repent any of our wrongdoing. But because of this encounter, I feel very confused. So I'm not sure if you can have any advice for me.
Generally, I think since it depends on which family we were born. If your parents are Buddhist, then since childhood, we have, we got the imprints through we got the knowledge, believing through our parents. Then we believe next life, karma, so and so. So if someone were born in the Muslim family, the parents, they never talk about karmas, next life, previous life, Buddhahood. This children doesn't have any kind of experience. Mainly you got this kind of experience because you are born in the Buddhist family, or your friends, your family, your relative always talk about this. That's why you have this kind of knowledge. Then you mentioned, sometimes when you visit, for example, Buddhist temple, you feel so peace, so calm, very serenity. This is what we said in the Buddhist Tibetan tradition. Sometime the land, the place bless the person or people. Sometime the people, the person bless the land. For example, according to Buddhist history, we visit Bodh Gaya, Varanasi, Lumbini, Kushalnagar, all the holy places. We say holy. Because this area, so Buddha, lived there for many years, give a teaching, do a lot of meditation with the disciple. Means this place was blessed by Buddha. Now we visit the place, for example, when you go to Bodh Gaya, when you reach, you feel very happy, your mind move. Particularly when you go in the temple, you feel so peaceful, so joy. Now the land, the place, giving blessed to you. You must remember, first you remember this idea. It's a very common experience. Sometimes you go in a new place, you feel so happy. Next time you move another new place, you feel very upset. A lot of kind of sadness feeling is there. This can be the area where you visit. The area actually is no good place. There used to be like a lot of, like killing area, kill many people, kill many animals. Used to be cemetery. Then due to the development, they build as a building or temple. So therefore, when you visit this place, you can have this kind of negative feeling. So when you have this kind of feeling, you just ignore. Second, it's a very common teaching. All the religious spiritual masters say, all religion have a same message, even though it includes His Holiness Dalai Lama. Be compassionate person, be honest, should not harm others, practice compassion. It's a very common, teaching message. from all religions. So this means the basic teaching are same. So when you go, if you want to go more profound, then slowly you can see, oh, Hinduism is different than the Buddhism. Buddhism is different than the Hinduism. Or Krishna is different than the Hinduism and Buddhism, so and so. When you study very precisely, then you can see there's a difference. Then the final destination is same or not. Everybody say the path is different, the destination is same. It looks very nice. Nice. Now let's say final destination according to other religion tradition like a Christian, Hindu, Islam, Judaism. That's after you pass away, you got two options. You did good things, only good thing, you go to heaven. You did bad things, you go to hell. Right? The heaven, the meaning of heaven from their point of view. The heaven view from Buddhism is totally different. Generally, we must study all major religion, Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, Taoism, Shanto. You did study every religion. Then you need to choose which one is more stable for me based on studying. Then once you follow extensively one religion, you no need to study any other religions. Because you are not free person to have a lot of time to books, lot of religions. Because once you found that the right religion, just follow this one religion. Don't need to study any other religions. You follow Christianity. Since you notice, oh, Christianity is very stable, it's a perfect religion for me. Just follow Christianity. No need to study Buddhism. Sometimes you stuck somewhere, then you study Christianity to overcome the problem. Then you cannot overcome, then you study with the other religion in order to overcome the certain problems. Therefore, you look like you going to a restaurant. There's so many different types of food in the menu. You don't know which is good, which is bad. Then you need to test each of the food today, tomorrow, next. Then you notice, oh, among all this food, I really like this food. I really like this food. Since next time you go back to the restaurant, you no need to open the menu. You no need to test other food. This is the right food, the good food for me. So you follow like a religion like that. Got clear?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, so now we have I can take one question, then we can stop.
Gisela?
Yes?
Yeah, there's one question from the Chinese side.
Yes, please.
It's quite long and quite complex. Good morning, Geshe-la. I have two questions. Please, can you give a discourse? First of all, Geshe-la, can you please demonstrate how to use a Vaja recitation method to chant 6 syllables mantra or Vajrasattva mantra? So over here, the student used the word Vaja recitation method. I'm not sure, is there such a thing, Geshe-la? Vaja recitation method to recite 6 syllables mantra or Vajrasattva mantra. The students would every day do the recitation, this method of recitation, and he has certain thoughts that crops up that disturb, make him cannot concentrate. So he heard that using a Vaja recitation method can reduce recursive thoughts. This is the first question. So shall we answer this before we move on to the next question?
Well, you can ask the second question.
Okay, the second question is, Geshe-la, after we finish this course with you, how should we move on? Will Geshe-la after ending this, in next year, start a new course because he missed Geshe-la dearly. Every week can listen to Geshe-la's discourse is something that is very happy, very joyful. So the second question is requesting Geshe-la to continue a new course. Sorry, I have to translate word by words. Okay. So that's what he meant. Okay, so that's the second question part. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. I think I have been entertainment for you every Sunday. I will charge you. Okay, this is just joke. The recitation of the mantra, the best, let's say, if you really want to chant perfectly, then you need to chant according to the Indian Sanskrit tradition. Many of you receive the teaching, learn the recitation mostly from Tibetan, mostly Tibetan. We Tibetan, also we don't chant perfectly as a Sanskrit. For example, Mani Padme, we chant Om Mani Padme Hu. Om Mani Padme Hu, right? A Sanskrit, according to chant, they say Om, this long sound. Om Mani. Mani go together, Mani. Om Mani. And we say Padme. Originally, Padma. Not Padme. Padma. Padma means lotus. Then Hum is okay. Then you can say when you heard the Soha, Tibetan always say Soha. Sanskrit say Swaha. Swaha. Right? So also we Tibetan, we don't, most of 90% Tibetan, we don't chant exact as a Sanskrit. Then 100 syllable, we Tibetan say Banjar Satu Samaya. Right? We Tibetan say Banjar Satu Samaya. Based on the Sanskrit tradition, we say Vajra, Bel and Vajra, Vajra, Sattva, Sattva, we say Satto, Vajra, Sattva, Samayam, Manu, Palayam. Right? So, if you really want to chant perfectly, no any mistake, then you need to find a Sanskrit teacher and learn how to chant. Still, when you do the Google, I saw some, Indian or Tibetan master chant very perfectly as a Sanskrit. For example, Heart Sutra, right? In Sanskrit, say Tat Yatha, Tat Yatha, Tat Yatha. We Tibetan say Teyatha. We mistake. Then Gate, Pragate, Prasangate, Bodhi is okay. Last is a Soha. Say Swaha. Tadyatha. Gate, Pragate, Prasangate, Bodhi, Swaha. Chant have to be chant like that. Then in Chinese, right? Tadyatha, Gate, you say Tadyatha, and Russia, Chate, Polo, Chate. That's not perfect. So we no need to worry about the way of chanting is right or wrong, correct or incorrect. No, don't worry. You chant with the sincere faith, the name or mantra of the Buddha, you can get the 100% benefit. For example, somebody speaks Chinese very nicely. Right? Oh, your cha. Then I'm Indian, I say, oh, your cha. Oyocho, definitely the restaurant owner will give me a tea. He said, Oyocha. I said, Oyocho, I can get tea, or he or she can get tea. So the deciding way is correct or not is not important. At the beginning, your motivation, your belief have to be very pure, very strong. And when you chant, you should not miss, any of the words. We say Om Banjar Sato Samaya. You should know Om Banjar Samaya. You should not miss the Sato. You chant all the mantra without missing any words. The pronunciation, no need to worry. I told the story. It's a real story. I already explained the one time in Gelang. We studied about Vajrasattva mantra. There was a lady in Tibet. Every day she chanted the white umbrella sutra. It's a long sutra. So she chanted every day. Then when she started to chant the white umbrella sutra, everybody can see, the white umbrella is going on her head. Every day, everybody can see. And one day, one monk visited the house, family. Then he listened the recitation. He knew a lot of, incorrect, a lot of mistake. Then he tried to correct for the lady, the mother. He corrected. Since the mother chant, according to the Lama, there's no more white umbrella on the head. Because she was very worried about the, correcting the words. Cannot visualize, cannot have proper motivation. But this is the truth story. Therefore, it doesn't matter you chant, Teyata gade gade bara gade or teyata chate chate polo chate. It doesn't much different. But people will say, oh, you are mistake. It's still okay. Then the class, someday I always have a question. It is good to have a Dharma class for every week or not. If you don't practice, if you, let's say, Tibetan EXCO members say, oh, you are a resident teacher, you must have a Dharma class. And I can say, okay. But nobody say you must practice seriously. Right? If you don't practice seriously, if you don't really apply Dharma in your daily life, that means when you attend class, you feel happy, just feel happy. You cannot get the actual purpose. So since December, very simple, you have 4 books, right? The Four Noble Truths, also the Rajasthini Sutra, then the Limb of the Path, then the middle stage, the middle meditation stage. These are the very important, simple. Then if you want to study more precisely, then you open the Lamrim book in the Mandarin, in English. Then when you have a doubt, you're confused, then you can ask question. Right? The most important, everybody have to practice seriously. Try to change yourself. Don't try to change others. We have problem. Since you follow Dharma, you always try to correct others. Or you are mistake, you are wrong. You never try to correct yourself. You correct yourself according to Buddha teaching. One day you correct, second day is correct, 1 month correct. Within 1 year, you become very perfect, happy, content persons. So the next class, so far I don't have any plan. So, but I will continue, the intermediate way, or maybe since New Year, I need to think another book to explain. The most worry I have, you are attending a lot of classes, you're not applying the Dharma. This is my concerns. So I'm very happy, you attend my class, you feel very happy, you feel benefit. I really just rejoice. So for the next class, so far I don't have any, plan for the next. Okay, so everybody, now it's 11:40. I must stop here. Thank you. So last we do dedication. So today, all our merit we have accumulated this morning. We're going to dedicate the merit, free all human beings from sickness and disease, particularly free from the COVID, free from the Omicron virus. And also, when you analyze with all countries, particularly like China, India, in the Middle East, US, Taiwan, now you can see the whole world is very unstable, is quite serious. It doesn't mean, I'm criticizing India, China. No, I'm not criticizing anybody, any countries. But when we analyze how the world is moving, we have it's very dangerous to have a serious kind of war between, different countries. Therefore, our dedication, our merit, we dedicate for reducing all the conflicts, all the wars, all the leaders wish to realize the bad consequence of the war, wish them able to generate great compassion, the proper wisdom to realize the actual reality. Chanju Sanjori Moja, Moye Bana Gigyoje, Gyawanya Bameba, Kone Gondo Pelwar Show.